Most most people that she knows who are nice are also pretty decent, right? It's very rare that you encounter someone who's nice and is ethically horrible, right? Niceness strongly correlates with goodness and decency. So one of the major mistakes people make is they think manners are only the expression of happy ideas. There's a whole range of behavior that can be expressed in a mannered way. That's what civilization is all about, right? Doing it in a mannered and not an antagonistic way. One of the places we went wrong was the naturalistic Rousseauian movement of the 60s, in which people said, why can't you just say what's on your mind? In civilization, there have to be restraints. If we followed every impulse, we'd be killing one another. So niceness is also manners, right? It's operating in a way that is socially pleasing. And rudeness and social aggression is much more dominantly carried out by people who are not so good, right? I strong correlation between niceness and goodness. The scrapping of agreed upon social scripts and life scripts also means constant uncertainty about relationships and mismatched expectations. In many ways, dating was easier in my time in the late 70s and the 80s, right? There was much more of a script for asking someone out on a date, and you're expected to pay and you're expected to pick her up, and there was a script. And then we got hookup culture, and there's much less of a script nowadays. So in a traditional perspective on life, right, civilization, tradition depends upon scripts. The modern liberal secular notion of make up whatever rules work for your individual situation takes brain power, and it increases pressure compared to follow the etiquette, follow the ideals learned at your mother's knee, right? Follow the rules, follow the scripts. Freedom is scary, right? Freedom is valuable, but it is scary. And mental disorders are not spiking because more patients are developing psychiatric disease, but because the ideal of individual autonomy has become the standard of what is normal around the globe. And most societies are not individualist. Life usually works whereby a group strategy will outcompete the individualist approach. It's no coincidence that anxiety and depression are the most common mental disorders. They express our failure in attempting to fulfill the impossible demand of individual autonomy. We are more anxious, not because our world has become more dangerous, on the contrary, it has become safer, but because our desire for control is out of proportion. We are more depressed, not because our lives are hopeless and meaningless, the opposite is true, but because we are confronted with too many choices. We are set up for unrealistically high expectations, and we blame ourselves for any and all failures.